Well, we're here with Brian Stoll, and we're in the hotel. It's actually a very murky day outside, although we're lucky we have a roof over our heads, Brian, in this section.
Oh, yeah.
And what we'll do, we'll just have a quick chat with you about your experiences of what's been happening and where the future lies.
You know, this is a living, breathing entity. And, you know, I want to take you around and show you some of the things that we've had to keep running. I mean, we've had to keep heat on because as it cools down for the first time in 20 years, leaks have been springing out everywhere and all sorts of things have presented themselves. And getting it back to life hasn't been, you know, a matter of just switching it on. Or it's a fantastic testament to the confidence in the Isle of Man 20 years ago. It really is. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that it's an ill wind, as they say. The construction of this hotel was the saving grace to the economy 20 years ago. And it's very, very sad that we've already lost some members of staff here because, you know, there's no position for them. But make no mistake, tens of millions of pounds, many tens of millions of pounds, are going to be spent here to bring this back. And you know, you spend £1 on the Isle of Man, that circulates, that will liven things up. There are an awful lot of people in the building industry, in the associated industries that are going to be very grateful in the new year when this gets underway, because this could really revitalise the economy in the Isle of Man. I'm very, very pleased that, you know, I've known AG, Mr. Goubet, for 30 odd years now, and we're very close friends. And we've had some really black times and some really great times. One of the blackest was seeing this for the first time. And yet, he's still filled with confidence. He's still bubbling. And whatever happens, this is coming back. And it's coming back a lot bigger, better, and stronger in the future. We've got some great ideas coming forward. And I'm happy to report we're getting people who want to partner in the gambling side, wanting to take, you know, some share into the casino. And that's a great thing. That's great for the island's future. We could possibly see £100 million spent here over the next couple of years. And that's no mean feat. That's all fresh new money coming to circulate on this island. And at the end of it, an entity that we can be proud of. This'll be a real testimony to Albert, and I'll have a little bit of pride as well, you know, because not often you're involved in the building process twice over.
Take us back on the day then. I mean, you got the call, like everyone else did, to say it's on fire, and you probably just couldn't believe it, could you?
It's surreal now. Really is surreal. And, you know, I had a couple of calls and they said, Mount Murray's on fire. Well, you know, there was nothing here to burn. Nothing here. You know, it had to be a small fire. And then I got a call. I was on my way out here and I got the call from AG. And he said, he was down the office. He was in a meeting. And I got a call and he was quite short because he was very busy at the time. It was almost a frustration. So he said to me, Brian. Yes, AG, what's the problem? Mount Murray's on fire. Can you go and put it out? So I said, yeah, I'm on my way. No problem. I'll put it out. So I got as far as Richmond Hill. And by now the clouds of smoke are drifting over and I'm starting to think, this is going to take more than a fire blanket and an extinguisher. Anyway, I get onto the straight at the top and I can see the flames licking everywhere. And the phone went again. Hands free before I get nicked. I always wear the Bluetooth. I answered the phone, it was AG again. And by now he'd been informed that this was not a small fire. And he said, Brian, save half of it, smash down the link bridge. Now, I had to have that in mind as I approached here, but of course Kevin Groom was in charge. So any possibility of smashing down the link bridge was out of the window. But that was the sort of mindset. And then when AG came, in the quiet moments we were talking, it really was a sad time. Because, you know, you have to understand, I mean, I've known Albert Goubet since he was nearly skint. He came to this island with just a few £100 million, almost on the breadline.
You like you for saying this?
Yeah, almost on the breadline.
Right.
Yeah, couple or a few $100 million, you know, that's all he had. This is his toy. This is a very small part of his overall empire. He's a very, very wealthy man, and he has to have toys. And this is one of his toys. He loves it here. He loves getting his mark on this, and he spends a lot of time here trying to get this the way that he wants. Now, that hasn't always been the case. For a number of years, he was, you know, concentrating his efforts in the UK. But I think this is a real benefit to the Isle of Man. In future years, we're going to look upon Albert Goubet in a totally different light. He is potentially another Henry Bloom Noble for the island. And I feel very privileged to have known him, to have worked with him, to have been friends with him. I just hope that, as I've said to you, we can stop doing these pieces to camera, face to face, seeing him in his businessman mode. Maybe we can just get a little insight into the other side of Albert Goubet, the laughing, joking, jovial.
Well, he's a private man, and he doesn't like too much media attention, I assume, because when we do interviews, obviously that's the sort of thing you're doing. You're doing an interview, but if we have more access, well, we're happy to follow him around in his green wellies, as he said last time, anytime. We'll leave it here, but I know we're going to do a piece with you about behind the scenes.
Well, let's not do it formally, hey?
Okay.
Why don't you just...
I'll let you run with the camera.
I'll run on ahead. Okay. I'll waffle on.
We'll keep this back for a few weeks, by the way, but we'll let you, wander around, talk to the camera, and tell us, because it's quite an interesting story what goes on behind the scenes here.
Yeah, well, you chop it about, edit it as you see fit.
We'll do.
Right? And we'll just try and give you a bit of insight into what is happening behind the scenes in this living entity.
That'll be a Christmas special.
A Christmas special. Look, make note of this. There's nothing here at the moment. There's about 3 of us in the whole of the complex. 3 of us here today. Lights off, heating turned down. It's not going to happen again. It's coming back, and its heart will beat, and it will open on Wednesday.